Hello, Christian here from the future. So I cut a lot out of the start of this episode. It was basically just us talking about Big Finish and Doctor Who, and it's stuff you've all heard before. But if you want to hear it again, because we do say things in a slightly different way, and maybe you're into that, and maybe you just want to hear it again to reaffirm your own beliefs, it is available on patreon.com/invisible tower. I put all the uncut versions of the podcast up on there, obviously taking out personal details, etc. So check that out if you want to hear it. Otherwise, we're going straight into this talk about the various different masters. On with the show. I wish we'd seen more of Beard Sim Master on screen.
Yeah.
He was. I thought it was like I always enjoyed like his kind of insaneness when he was first in the show, but then the more kind of calm insaneness is a lot better.
In Star Trek terms, he grew the beard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, not gonna lie, with the beard,
down to earth. They just say that because in Star Trek, Next Generation got better when Riker got the beard.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the term for Star Trek, is that once you grow the beard, you've kind of grown into your role and you've got used to it.
It's like there's the two markers for for how good a TV show is. There's the growing the beard, and then there's jumping the shark.
Yeah. That's the complete.
It's like that bit in between there is fantastic.
Oh
dear.
I was just reading as well here, because of the coronavirus, the previous 11 episodes of Series 13 have been cut down to 8 episodes. So if it's shit, we don't have to put up with it for as long.
Yeah, maybe it's good. What am I saying?
Maybe they'll condense everything into 8 better episodes rather than 11 as good as 8 episodes.
Do you think they'll get like halfway across the universe in like a cut?
It's going to be Game of Thrones all over again.
Or it's Digimon the movie all over again.
Or they'll get to the end of episode 8 and the vial of the virus that's going to wipe out half of the world's population will just get caught. And that'll be the end.
Oh, Christian.
Hello.
Billiam update.
Oh, yeah, it's the Billiam update section. Let me get the bell. Hang on a minute.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, he's recently been doing Ben 10, and I found out that the Ben 10 live action movie was directed by Alex Winter, who played Bill in Bill and Ted. Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to rewind just to the fact that there's a Ben 10 live action movie.
Wait, what?
I like it. I do. Yeah. Race Against Time. But yeah, the main point of all that was that I discovered that the live action film was directed by Alex Winters, and I was quite shocked. It was like, just okay. That was
on the Billiam.
He played Bill in Bill and Ted.
Yeah, him.
Oh, him.
Well, no, I just didn't know he directed stuff, let alone.
What do you think he's been doing since Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
I don't know. I don't follow actors.
Not since the court said you couldn't. On the Billiam section, it's been a while since I've watched any of his stuff, actually. But I mean, the last couple of things I've watched, like I always liked his stuff, but he's got really, really good recently, like better than he was before. I think he's been very, very, very funny, well edited. He's on his way up.
He's grown the beard, as it were.
Oh my god!
Is there a particular one that stands out to you that you would recommend for new people to watch?
Just have a look through his video. He basically looks over nostalgic stuff. So just look through the videos and see if there's a series you recognise from back in the day, or a toy. He'll review toy lines from back in the days, like old
Spy.
That's what I was about to ask, if you've ever seen that. Yeah, because that's probably the last one I saw. The one he did on the learning games was really good as well.
Yeah.
They actually emailed him asking if he needed if he was looking for any editor positions, but I never heard back.
Oh. He wrote the email, but he couldn't edit it to make sure that it was correct before he sent it back.
God.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give this guy a try.
Yeah, I was actually watching some of his stuff last night. I was watching some of the Digimon stuff that he was saying about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Richard, don't watch the Digimon stuff. Spoilers! Spoilers!
Spoilers. Oh,
Actually, yeah, that's a fair point. I know nothing about. There's a Bionicle one. Oh my fucking god!
It's nostalgic channel, basically.
And it's Tahumata and Tahanok. So okay, yeah, the early seasons,
Well, like not-
early seasons of Bionicle. Each year was a season. Let's be fair.
I'm going to start referring to my youth as the early seasons of Christian.
I mean, they were kind of.
Hey, I've just looked at.
Unfortunately, 28 years later, we still haven't grown the beards.
No, speak for yourself.
Did grow a beard.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, they did grow a
I meant
beard.
in terms of series. I meant that even 28, 29 years later, we still haven't hit the best part of our.
Oh no!
I like
I've said multiple times that the best content I ever made was the narrated Nido run, and it was all downhill from there.
I think our first shot of Ferrari was pretty good.
That was after the Nido run, so it was worse. It's the news hour here on the Invisible Tower, inaudible. Hey, are you guys under 50 and also in England?
Unfortunately, yes. Why?
Yeah.
His body is, but
Mentally,
do we count my past regenerations?
The Morbius Aussies.
oh god, the Aussieverse. Enter the Aussieverse.
If I threw myself
Hannah's in there somewhere,
yeah, no,
along with Jake Cyber.
yeah, no, just basically Jake Cyber, Tanner, who else?
Wasn't it Sean
was I
Cyber?
at? Yeah, oh, that Jake Cyber and Sean Cyber. Jake Cyber was Flu. Sean
Right.
Cyber was Warpers.
Right.
They're cousins.
Okay.
I've got Warpers, yeah. I forgot about that.
Zayith's in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zay's got to be in there.
What else did we do over? Oh, whatever character I played in Jupitos.
Oh god, what was the character name? I can't remember.
No,
There was that Element series that we were going to, and it just never happened. But I can't remember what your character's name was.
they're the universes that never got to happen. They were like,
Yeah.
It's where Evil Dead was going along your like biology line and just eradicating everything from existence.
I'm working a bit slowly at the moment. I need to pick up my pace.
Jupitos is like the American Red Dwarf in that we had two pilots and neither of them went anywhere.
No. And they were just as shit.
Yeah. Anyway, the point of that was just to say that if you are English and under 50, there's a major delay in the coronavirus vaccine. So I'm afraid that means we won't be getting jabbed anytime soon.
Are we surprised?
Sorry, can you say that again? You completely cut out. What happened?
Well, I heard.
You know, there's that virus going around.
No shit. Yeah.
You might have
Yeah.
heard about it.
The foreign germ that's going around.
The vaccine.
The Chinese virus.
The datas have been taking out the vaccine too quickly.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait, I read somewhere that we found that we have like a shortage of vaccines.
Yeah, I heard that
Is
somewhere
what you're
too.
saying?
Christian, didn't you mention that a lot ago?
Sorry, you completely cut out.
I know. But
Get where the conversation was going.
it was funnier to be snarky about it. I do apologise.
That's of your personality, let's be fair.
What was someone on my team was turned 50 last year, and he's had two offers of vaccine from one from
wow.
the NHS and one from his local surgery. So
Did you hear?
maybe that's why there's a
this
shortage.
Fucking hilarious story that I heard of this guy who lives, I think he's in Liverpool, and he got off. He's like about 24, 25-year-old, and he's 6'2", and he got offered to COVID vaccine.
I
Did you
remember.
hear about it? Oh,
Yeah, I
it's
did.
so funny.
Yeah. Carry
Uh,
on.
he's like, he got offered the COVID vaccine, and they rang him up, and he was like, well, I'm in my 20s, so like, why am I being offered it? And they're saying, oh, it's because of your weight. And he was like, wow, I know I'm a bit chubby, but I'm not that fat. And what happened is, and they're like, oh, your BMI is 20,000. And he was like, excuse me? And he's like, can you just double check that, please? And what had happened is someone had entered his height into the system at 6.2 centimeters, rather than 6'2". And so he said on the news, he was like, he's like, do these doctors really think that someone 6.2 centimeters is going to be slithering around Liverpool? Oh, I was fucking
that's
crying when I read
beautiful.
it. Oh my god. Like, how do you get that so wrong?
6.2. Did they really not pick up on that?
No, apparently not.
Wow.
I can see how it happens with information governance. Probably it gets entered in by one person, and then the only thing that gets forwarded on then is probably the BMI, because you don't, if you're divvying out vaccines based on people's health, you don't need to know how tall they are. You just need to know the BMI, if that's the measure you're using. So it would make sense that no one ever saw that number again after the person typed it in.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
That cracked me up.
still kind of stupid though, isn't it?
It's fucking hilarious though.
Like, is he just super dense, like made out of neutrons, or is he really white? He's like a lethifold.
It's like 20,000 BMI. How did that not raise any questions anywhere?
Yeah, I know,
For me,
right?
size of this one.
I did get the Letterfold reference though, Christian.
Thank
Nice.
you.
As a explanation, what would you say is like an average BMI?
I think average because
Average UK BMI. Let's see. Average UK BMI. Well, I can tell you what it is for 75 years and over. Hang on a minute.
Went over the roof.
Cookie consent manager. Inactive,
yeah, because
inactive,
I don't know about
inactive.
BMI, but like
Confirmed.
I've always been told that I'm either like average weight or underweight of BMI, but then BMI has been known to sort of be quite shitty anyway.
So it's around 27-ish, basically, for our age bracket.
So the average BMI is
His
20,
age bracket too. Yeah.
and this person had a BMI of 20,000. And so basically, the average BMI for a human is average for your height,
Let me double check that a sec.
So
I'm pretty sure it was that.
and B is like under triple digits, shall we say?
wouldn't it be ironic if, in remembering it, you'd moved the decimal point too far?
Oh no, it's a BMI of 200. I mean, even 2,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Oh my god, even better than that. So he would qualify for a jab because his measurements gave him a body mass index of 28,000.
28. That's even worse. It's not a
And
round number.
he said, I put on a few pounds in lockdown, but I was surprised to have made it to clinically morbidly obese.
That's not clinically morbidly obese. That's dead. That's. I'm sorry. The average is like 25, 26 for our age range, and it was in 28.
I want to see an artist's
was
impression of
expecting
someone
you
with 28,000 BMI.
That's a black hole.
All I can-
6.2 centimeters high at a BMI of 28,000.
All I can find is this picture of some kind of like Bronze Age fertility goddess. But that's not it.
He said, I'm a bit on the chunky side. I weigh a good 17.5 stone or so. To combine that with 6.2 centimeters in height, and you get a BMI of 28,000.
I mean,
Oh man.
come on.
Oh, that's so funny.
That is ridiculous. I love it, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, some funny shit in the news at the moment.
Good geef.
I got a funny story if anyone. Oops,
Oh.
sorry.
I was going to say,
No,
Christian,
continue.
as you work in the NHS,
Yeah.
how have you not had the
That's a good point, yeah.
Because I'm not frontline. I'm not frontline worker.
Neither's my
And
dad,
I'm
but
29.
oh, fair.
Am I 29? Yes.
I don't, yes, because you're
Yeah.
just older than me.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're saying, Alex?
Well, I think it's more a biscuit, so you can wait to the end. But yeah.
It's
I've
always
already told
biscuit
Rich
time.
anyway. Oh, okay. Well, I've already told Rich about this. But would you like to know how I pretty much broke into my neighbour's apartment accidentally?
Oh, I heard this one.
So I think this needs
I
to
wouldn't
happen.
be
hang on.
living in
You do not have to
America
say anything,
and
but
they had
anything
an
you do say may be
apartment,
held in
not a
evidence
flat.
against you. It may harm your defence if you do not mention something which you later rely on in court. Present for the interview are DCI Christian, DC's Eyes Richard, and Ozzy. Also present, DCI Cardboard Cutout, Noodles P. Hound.
Okay.
Later we got
so to
music from
give-
Jessie J and the Wanted, but
Cardboard
first.
cutout.
So I need to give some context to this beforehand.
1 second.
Um,
Alex. Cardboard cutout and what?
Noodles P. Hound. It's
Okay, cool. I want to know
it's
for the,
it's a touch of cloth reference.
I was going to say, I thought I recognised
Yes.
it from somewhere. Anyway, carry on.
So I need to get some context. So so sometime last year, our washing machine leaked into our neighbour's. What?
Sometime last year, I noticed that our neighbour had bought a new flat screen TV, and I thought, I could do with one of them.
No, I'm just saying. I do think our neighbour must hate us, right? And must literally think we're trying to kill him or something. Because let me just start. What led up to this? So last year, our washing machine leaked into his apartment, right?
Mhm.
And he was away, so he came back to pretty much nearly a flooded kitchen. So he was not pleased, clearly, right? And we didn't know about this until we were told, we're like, oh crap. So we got our landlord out, it all got fixed and stuff, right? And then a few months ago, Amy was coming home and she put her key in the door and it wasn't going in. And she was like, why isn't this working? Why aren't you turning? Come on. She then heard a very small voice on the other side of the door be like, hello? And she realized she was trying to walk into the wrong apartment.
It was a 6 centimetre tall man.
Is that hello?
Hello.
Is
So she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Wrong flat. This is the guy below us, right?
Right.
So then we started getting a leak about two nights
Sorry,
ago.
hang on. How'd you go to the wrong house?
All the floors in our building look the same. And all the doors look the same. That is my defense at the
It's
moment.
the exact same question I asked, Christian.
That's my defense. So basically, we got a leak, and it was literally we had water coming down our walls from the flat above. So we were like, oh shit. So it was literally we had like water leaking through our fire alarm.
So you
Don't put a bucket
moved into
down.
the neighbour's flat instead.
So you decided you don't want this flat
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. He's only 6 centimetres tall. He's not going to put up a good, big enough fight. Just shove him into your wet one. As it were.
So my landlord called and he was like, can you just go and check on the number upstairs, right? I need the number of the flat. I was like, okay. So I did that. And as I was walking back down the stairs, I wasn't paying attention. I was on my phone. And I walked into my flat.
Ahead.
I closed the door and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's all. We didn't have a coat hanger. Oh.
This is not normal.
And I looked around and saw that it was not our hallway that I was in. And I just fucking ran out of there. Luckily, he didn't see me. But I think if he had, he would have probably been like, what the fuck are you doing in my flat? But also, in my defense, who leaves their flat door unlocked at 8 in the evening?
Because you're expecting it to not be open.
Did you go back in time to the good old days when you could leave your door unlocked?
We're in the UK and it was never like that.
Suddenly fell
No.
through a warp time
Yeah.
space.
And so all this poor guy must have heard is the door open, some random voice on the phone, and then the door very quickly closed.
Oh my god.
And I was absolutely mortified.
That's so funny.
And then it got bad because when it didn't get worse, but I came up here and I just heard some shouting from down below, and I was like, shit! So he must have been like, what the fuck happened?
And if you live downstairs from
So,
Alex and Amy,
that
send us
was
an
a
email.
nice story.
Contacts
Yeah, that's how my week's going.
.net. Oh man. I mean, once when I went to Southmead Hospital, I thought I'd gone upstairs and I hadn't, and I went downstairs by accident and ended
Sorry,
up in
you
the basement
completely cut
with
out.
the robots. But
What?
hello.
You can.
No, I heard it all.
Yeah, so did I. I'm confused now.
I'm very confused.
Yeah. But yeah, I've done that once, but that was somewhere I'd never been before.
Not
I've never been there.
3 years.
But all the floors look the same.
But you must know how many stairs you've gone up.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention because I was talking on the phone.
Yeah,
You're
but
talking to Barack
And
Obama.
I was talking to my landlord.
hello, Mr. Obama. You're distracted.
I felt
so weird.
awful.
What was that?
I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, that poor guy our poor neighbour must absolutely hate us.
Well, yeah, you almost stepped funny. There's only 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
So centimeters is even worse.
The shouting was like his
God, I don't know.
his 9-foot tall partner comes in and finds like a red stain on the floor. Oh no, what's happened?
Oh, I felt so bad.
I thought it was
but-
them that stood on him.
Honestly, you stood on him, and then just like the sheer mass of him just pushed him straight through the floor.
It was like that moment of terror. You know when you freeze and you realise you're in the complete wrong place,
Yeah.
and you're like, shit, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of it. And you're just like, you're just frozen with like just
Yeah, but
terror.
it's usually somewhere where I'm not expecting to be, not what I thought was my original house.
No, I know. I'm a fucking idiot. That's all I gotta say.
I've never wanted people to get in touch more than this week. Please send an email, leave a comment. I've got to know if other people have done this.
Oh, okay, it's not as bad as what happened to my dad, though. I told my dad what happened, and he said something similar happened. So I'm not alone in this, right? But he went one step further
Oh.
and followed the person into their house, right? Let me just.
Okay.
Okay. So he was going to visit his sister. This was like back in like the 80s, I think, or 90s, and this guy cut him up in the car, and so he was.
Whoa, how
Was he
alive?
alright? Yeah.
What? No, he cut him up. No, for fuck's sake. So this guy in the car cut him up, and he knew he cut him up. So my dad was following the car home, right? And he's going to go and see his sister. And this guy was he seemed a bit like, he was like, why is this guy following me? So this guy got out of his car, walked into his house, and my dad followed him in, right, and ended up in this guy's living room. And this guy was like, what do you want? What do you want? And he was like, I'm here, I'm my sister. She lives here. Like, I'm here to see my sister. And he was like, she moved out like 3 weeks ago. And so luckily the guy saw the funny side and he gave him her new address. But the fact that he fucking followed this guy into his house, thinking it was his sister's house. That was so bad.
That? Fucking hell.
Well, I mean, my dad's done similar things, but only when he's pissed. So
Okay, well, I don't know. My dad, I don't know how that.
Significantly different circumstances, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
the Douglas Adams biscuit story that he wrote in sort of the Hitchhiker's
Oh,
books
yeah,
as an Arthur
yeah.
Dent story. Do you guys know that one?
I do, but I don't know if they do.
I don't.
off the top of my head.
He's at a train station and he buys a packet of biscuits to have whilst he's like reading his book or the paper or whatever. And he sits down at the table with the pack of biscuits, and then another man sits down, on the other chair, and all of a sudden the other man just takes one of his biscuits. And he looks at him and is like, what the hell are you doing? Take one of you. Doesn't say anything, of course, because he's far too polite.
And
Like
far
he
too
just wants, like,
English.
what the hell are you doing? So he just like gives him a kind of dead-eyed stare and takes one of his biscuits as well, as if to say, look, they're my biscuits, you fool. And this thing goes throughout the entire packet. They alternate taking biscuits. So eventually the other guy it's time for his train, so he picks up his stuff and leaves. And then a bit later on, it's time for Douglas Adams / Arthur Dent's train. So he picks up his bag, and underneath is his packet of biscuits. It's like that.
Mm.
I just.
I'm with you. I don't know how that he did it. Like, not Arthur Dent, Alex.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I
Sorry,
don't know how you did it.
what? Sorry, you keep cutting out. Can you just reiterate all of that?
Anything up with your headphones or?
I was
I
going
don't
to say,
know.
not us. This is definitely a you problem.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said?
What, the entire story?
I can't remember.
No.
We were just
Um,
expressing dismay at the tale that had
just-
been told.
And the stupidity.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think we can top that.
No one's gotten into the wrong car at some point. I mean, come on, everyone's done that.
I mean, when I was
Oh.
about 3,
I've
I
done that.
held someone's hand thinking they were my mum once. But like,
Your excuse is you were free.
yeah.
But in my defense, all the floors look the exact same and all the doors look the exact same.
Again, I refer you to the fact that the floor below you, as you walk in, the flat immediately on the right hand side has a unicorn floor mat just outside it.
Yes, I was not. It was dark, and I was not looking anywhere else.
He was on the phone to Barack Obama. He was far too busy.
He was investigating this call about a weird 3-inch tall man. Some rival for like a record of some form. Like Guinness World Records. They want to confirm it with Obama first.
God. But yeah, that was my week one. The leak's all fixed now. That's some good news. But my dignity is still in tatters.
Wait a minute. I've got a leak from my upstairs. Do you live in the flat above me? was that who I heard
That's
coming in
you.
the other day? It all makes sense now.
I just feel so bad for our neighbour. I just feel so sorry for him.
You have terrified him beyond belief.
Probably, yeah.
He will never be the same again.
Oh, Jesus. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed any of this, don't forget to tell someone about it who doesn't already know about it. I think this has been such a good one. I'm calling it here right now. This is going in the official starter pack.
Oh.
Because it's got some of the lore in it as well. About Alex's
There's a
6
starter
centimetre
pack?
neighbour.
There's always a starter pack.
Okie dokie.
So yeah, don't forget to email us your tales of woe
Part of
at
this
contact@invisibletower.net as well. Because I'll be interested to hear it.
Yes,
and
please.
leave a comment.
If anyone has done something similar, please comment or email in or something.
They haven't. They haven't, Alex. You're unique. You're alone on this.
I would like to know I'm not alone.
You are not alone.
Yeah. And if no one has had any of those, I'll just make some up. And read them.
Of course you will.
I have my wand and a scarf.
There you go.
Nice.
That's it.
Please wear some other clothes.